Okay, welcome back to the Coderoom, guys. Here's another episode. So today we're going to dive a little bit more into some other tags that'll actually show up on your web page. Now, where we left off is we had this HTML document that we were working on, and we showed you a little bit of workflow, some shortcut commands so that you can jump back and forth. We're going to be using those here, okay? And if I Alt-Tab to Chrome here, you'll see that we have this website, and we have this title up here, but we have actually nothing inside the actual browser window. It's kind of blank there. And that's where we're going to start putting some stuff in today. All right, and so what we're going to do is we're going to put some stuff in the actual kind of main part of the browser. And that's what we call the body of the document, okay? So the head of the document contains almost like metadata, okay? It contains data that's kind of, describing the document and some data that we might use in the document, but it's not the actual bulk of the document that we're dealing with here, okay? So that's what is this section here, and that's what goes into the body, all right? So if we go back to Sublime and we have our document here, you can see we've nested head under HTML, we've nested body in the HTML, but we actually have nothing inside this body here. And this is where we're going to start to add stuff, okay? Now, the two things we're going to add today are things that you guys are very familiar with if you're used to typing things like Word documents. We keep using Word documents as our kind of an analogy here, okay? If you ever read a document, you typically have, headers for sections, and then you have some text in below, right? And that's what we're going to deal with today, okay? So, the first new tag I'm going to teach you guys about is the header tag, okay? Now, again, because we're going to nest this inside the body tag, we want to indent it, okay? Now, again, if you're using Sublime, it may automatically do this for you. You can see here, as soon as I hit enter, okay, in between the body tag, it's smart enough to indent it for me. But if it's not, you can just tab in twice, okay? And I'll bring it to the right spot. And we're going to put a header tag, okay? Now, based on these things, you might see you have HTML, head, title. You may guess that it might be something like header, okay? And that's not really the case in terms of the headers that we're talking about, okay? The headers that I'm talking about are things that if you were writing a document, you would have headers to separate sections, okay? And if you think about it, you may have multiple levels of headers. You may have like a major header, and underneath that you have a second level header and a third level header. And HTML actually allows you to do these multiple levels of headers, okay? So we're going to do a first level header, and the name of that tag is actually called H1, okay? So it's going to be called H1, just like that, okay? Now again, anytime we open a tag, we also want to close it. So I'm going to close it here, okay? And now since we're not going to put a whole lot in there, all right, I'm going to leave this on the same line, okay? But you could equally, if you want, put it on a different line if you want, okay? So I'm going to leave it on the same line here. And I'm going to put, I'm going to create a website that has all my interests, okay? So I'm going to say movies, okay? And then save that. So Command S to save, or Control S on Windows. I'm going to Command Tab or Alt Tab to go back to Chrome. And then I'm going to refresh it with Command R or Control R. And there we go. We actually have something inside our body now, okay? So we actually have a header here, okay? Now that we have a header, let's put some, let's put a paragraph underneath that, having some text around that, okay? So as a sibling to the H1, but still as a child to the body, okay, so indented there, I'm gonna put a paragraph of text. And so I'm gonna introduce you to the next element we're gonna learn about called the paragraph element, okay, or the paragraph tag. Okay, and this is what it looks like. It's just simply a P. That's it, P for paragraph. Okay, and anytime we open it, we also want to close it, right? So, close that. Okay, and in between there, I'm going to put some paragraph text, okay? So say, movies has always been a big part of my life. And you can put whatever you want there. Okay, so let's Command S to save that, or Control S on Windows. Command Tab or Alt Tab on Windows. And refresh. And there we go. We have a header, and we have a nice piece of paragraph text right underneath it. Okay? So let's do another example of that. So let's go back to Chrome, Sublime, and let's put another header. Okay, so we'll do open bracket H1, close, and then anytime we open up that tag, we want to close that tag as well. So close that tag. And we'll do television, TV. And we'll do another paragraph for that too. Okay, television, I watch hours of television every day. Okay, let's put another one. So H1, close the tag. We'll put, say, video games. And we'll do another paragraph tag. Close the paragraph tag. I don't play as many video games as I would like. Okay. There we go. All right, now the text is getting a little big, so I'm just going to shrink it down for you guys. Okay, and I'm going to save this. Go back to Chrome, refresh the page, and there we go. We got headers, got some paragraph text, and you can see we're starting to build our website. Okay? Now I want to point out again that because we kind of lined this up all nicely, it's very easy to understand what's nested in what. We can see all these H1 and paragraph tags are nested in the body tag. We can see the title tag is nested in the head tag. And we can see all this stuff is nested in the HTML tag, okay? So it's a really good way to keep your code readable, which is very important, by the way, and keep your code organized. All right, that's it for this episode. We'll see you in the next one.